It's me again, and it's Christmas Eve, and this is like take 6 for this video. I didn't realize that I had muted my microphone. I was doing the Twitter space. I found it easier just to do the hand mute on and off. It's okay. It happens, right? Today I'm drinking some white wine. I don't even know what it is, or it's some weird varietal of grape. Ideology wine, I guess it's what it's called. It's pretty good. And this isn't financial advice, hence I wear a costume. Are you not entertained? It might be farming advice, but it's not financial advice. It's entertainment. Today is Christmas Eve, and we are left with one trading week, one business week until the fiscal and calendar year of 2022 is wrapped up, more or less. At least as far as DTCC is concerned. The question is, will the books be balanced? Will these outstanding shares be reconciled? On Friday, 2 people reported to me that their shares were in their AST accounts. They had received Next Bridge shares in the AST account. They called to confirm, yes, the shares were there. They saw it. And then they called to confirm about their account. Yes, the shares are there. This week could possibly be when brokerages start to really push things, because people are starting to get shares in their AST accounts. Fidelity, JP Morgan, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. You're supposed to be big boy brokerages here. Why don't I see my Next Bridge Hydrocarbon shares in my account? We'll see what happens. Will the shares be reconciled by Friday, the 30th? To which I say maybe. We're at a place right now where many possibilities can happen. We're like at the junction of a couple of, different dimensional or string outcomes. Different things can happen at this point in time, depending. There was that movie, it was like a French movie, it was called It wasn't Mr. Nobody, that was Bob Odenkirk, Saul Goodman. That was Mr. Nobody was him, and he was an auditor. But there was this movie where like this guy, and it was different outcomes of his life depending on certain points of time what outcome could have happened. And it was like very French, and it was like he was like the oldest person on Earth, and he was about to die, and he was the only person left with like mortal life or something like that. I forgot the name. It was Mr. Something or other. It wasn't Mr. Nobody. It was Mr. Something or other. Anyhow, this is where we are, essentially. Many things could happen. As to what, I don't really know. I don't have a crystal ball. Life would be a lot easier if I had a crystal ball. And I apologize for itching. It's winter time. I've been working outside in the bitter cold for the past couple of days. And my heart goes out to those trapped in the blizzard right now. I was watching video of it. It's a very scary blizzard. I hear it's much worse than the blizzard of 77, for those who are old enough to have seen it. Blizzard of 77 was a couple years before my time, but my sister was able to see the blizzard of 77. So my heart goes out to those people who are affected by the blizzard. It got cold here and there were some flurries, but the power stayed on. I hear the power stayed on in Texas because of the epic wind, and the windmills just kept running, and it was able to keep the power on. That's what I hear. And it sounds very plausible. I couldn't remember that word the last time I recorded this, and my microphone blunder happened, but I was trying to think of that word plausible. It's plausible that that's the only reason why power stayed on in Texas. I can't wait to get solar with my Next Bridge money. Yay! And right now, I just finished up some evening farm chores. It's dark outside, although I might go back to the barn. Mr. Bird Lady decided to set up a crucible in the barn. He's going to try and melt some aluminum cans to make ingots. I hope he doesn't burn down that barn for Christmas. Yikes. Especially since I've been working in there like this, trying to save my sheep. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't burn it down. All the hoses are frozen, so like there's not good access to water because all my hoses outside are frozen. Tomorrow where I live it's supposed to get 50. Today's high was 36, but it wasn't 36 for long enough to really thaw things out. Most of the stuff's still frozen. And it feels like many of us are frozen right now in place because nothing's happening with Next Bridge. But again, something may happen because of the fact that it is the end of the year. Is DTCC going to take in the unbalanced books into the year 2023? I'm not sure. But the longer this waits and the more that people who register with AST receive their shares, the bigger the risk of exposure comes to these brokerages. And I know some people are hypothesizing, is this going to go litigation? Is this going to go to a settlement? There's many numbers of ways it could progress. And this isn't financial advice. This is my own opinion. I personally think it's going to go to a settlement. That's just me. Big companies are going to avoid litigation because then you go to discovery. You can go to brokerages and get counts of how many shares there were, and you can present evidence. And that it'll be exposed there. And it's longer and more time for people to talk about it. It's in the company's best interest to not get people talking about it as much, so you're going to have to think of a settlement. That's just my opinion. Some people wish to seek justice, that's fine, and some people just want to survive to see another day, which is also fine. But it's the holidays, and a lot of people are naturally down for the holidays. If you need somebody to talk to, let me know. Maybe I'll do a live stream tomorrow on YouTube since it's Christmas. And a lot of people are also stressed because they're seeing a zero in their accounts now. For example, TD Ameritrade took off the value of Next Bridge and it says zero. And they're upset because their accounts say zero and they can't do a lot of stuff now with their accounts that they used to do when MMTLP had a value attached to it. But the fact that it says zero, it doesn't mean it's zero, but the fact that it says zero is stressing a lot of people out. Remember, unlike many other plays, Next Bridge, formerly MMTLP, is backed by lots of oil and gas. I'll cite the 3.2 billion barrels of oil, and then all that natural gas, unconfirmed amount still. Hopefully we'll hear something soon from Next Bridge on that. Hopefully we'll get a presentation about that very shortly. But it's backed by a good commodity. And because of that blizzard, I want to say look for the price of natural gas to dramatically increase next week because of the blizzard. I have a sneaking suspicion that the price of natural gas will increase to take advantage of such an event. That's just me. Winter's here. And a lot of analysts are already predicting oil to be over $100 again for the summer. Things can still happen, just because an analyst says this might happen doesn't mean it will. Remember that scrying mirror that Frodo saw at Galadriel's house in Lord of the Rings? And she's like, these are things that are, things that were, and some things that have yet to pass. So it may or may not pass. It could still change. That's my show for today. Not much news to report other than people who preemptively registered with Next Bridge are starting to see those Next Bridge shares in their accounts. So next week can get very interesting in terms of pressure on brokers. And some brokers are saying, no, we expect Next Bridge to trade. I'll cite John Berta today, who said, no, Next Bridge is going to continue to be a private company. Hooray! Private company, free from market manipulation. It's great. That's how you do it. You don't want market manipulation? We're going to take it private. Perfect. I'm happy about that. That's something I'm happy. The market might be red on Friday, But I was thinking, boy, my Next Bridge shares are holding their value. It's not going down anymore. It's holding its value. I'm sure those who remember the days of the preferred shares in your account from 2021 between, late June to early October 2021, there were times that the market was very red, but the thing that wasn't red in your portfolio were those preferred shares because they held their value. That's today's video. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, an unproductive Festivus, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa on Monday. I will see you soon. Goodbye.